the knight were to take on e4, 2 pawns up for half a second. Magnus just goes here, and now he hits these pawns from behind. We all know how good it is to hit it from behind. Bishop takes e4, queen takes c3, and Magnus Carlsen has emerged with an extra horse. Now, his extra horse is quite immobile. In fact, it hasn't moved for half the game. In fact, it has no moves. So how is Magnus actually going to utilize this advantage? Rook e8, first he's going to make this trade, now he's going to play bishop b5. That move hits the rook and the pawn. Of course, Chris Ward does this. Now, when you are winning by material, you should simplify the positions, the easiest way to win. Bishop c6. Now the bishop has, by the way, hitting the bishop from behind again. Now the bishop's got nowhere to go. It has to trade. Rook f6. And this is where the empire crumbles. Queen comes back to c3, spying the king. King can't really move anywhere, and the idea is just to go d5. And once d5 happens, this pawn will be removed from the defense of this and this file, and it's all over. d5, queen f6. Now, he can take, but this is an even stronger move, because again, if pawn takes d5, which is what happens in the game, f5 is destabilized. Now we have a nice little knight takes f5, queen f5. Now, which one do you take? Do you take the queen and lose your queen, or do you take this first? A little calculation exercise. If this, then there's this, and you lose, because you have to take, and all of a sudden, you've emerged 2 pawns down in an endgame, and I have 3 connected pass pawns. Now we're in a Guess the Elo episode. No, this is no good. You have to go rook f5, they will take your queen, and now rather than taking this rook, you take that rook first with check, and this is where you emerge. Now, of course, black does have some pawns, and some precision is still required. For example, if you play rook d3 and just move your rook for the remainder of the game, there is a small chance that you blunder this. I mean, rook b3 is the best move, because you're going to win this pawn. But let's just say you play like rook a3. I don't know why you would play that move, but, you know, the more time you spend, like, yeah, but then rook a6, the more time you spend doing nothing, you give black enough rook moves to do nothing. Like, black is going to get the king with the pawns, and this is now going to be a headache. So what you have to do is what Magnus does in this game. You have to win a pawn and bring the king at the same time. You basically need to not make sure that these pawns can't move forward. This king is completely cut off on the e-file, and that's exactly what ends up happening. The pawns have no forward mobility anymore, and now they will be won. And it was in this position on move 39 that Christopher Ward resigned,